So today I am sitting here with the legend, Sieun Kim, and I am super excited to even be talking to him because he is like like you hear murmurs about Sieun Kim at SFG. It's like he virtually walks by and everyone's like, oh my God, that's Sieun Kim. Because he's been so successful. And I feel like if you look up the words dedication and grit and consistency, you would find his name. So I wanted to bring Sieun Kim on. I'm honored to have him here with us and just to kind of talk about how he was successful in this industry and why this industry and his personal story a little bit. So just to kind of brag about Sieun a little bit, he started this business with no previous life insurance experience in 2017 with $500 to his name. So he had to make it, otherwise it was sink or swim, right? So with that being said, it started in 2017. In 2018, he became the #1 issued paid agent at Symmetry Financial Group. And there are thousands and thousands of agents in SFG nationwide. So he was the #1 paid agent in 2018. And today he just received another milestone, or recently, he had over $1,600,000 in personal production. So he is as hardworking as it comes. And I'm really excited that you're here with us today, Sieun.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I don't know if I deserve it, Courtney, but I appreciate
You
for having me here.
So Sieun, tell people a little bit about how you made money in this industry and how you got started. What was that like?
I originally come from pre-med. My family's all doctors, so that was the expectation growing up. And my family moved here when I was 15, and that's the only pretty much career that I've seen so far at that time. And when I went to go to college and I was studying neuroscience, it was all great, but I always had this desire to want to make money, and I've seen a lot of, my friends and my family friends that made to become a doctor, but they're still always working. And I just wanted to become wealthy while I was young so I can enjoy the time and that money with my family. So I didn't know what that was. And while I was working for the laboratory for neuroscience, which was finding a cure for Alzheimer's at the time, I was getting $7 an hour. So it wasn't paying my bill. So I decided to look for another opportunity and saw an ad on Craigslist, and it said, hey, if you're good at sales, you can make $10,000 a month. And I didn't know what that was. I ended up going to an open house, and it was a timeshare thing. And I was like, what is timeshare? So it was a brand new concept to me, but I bought it. I was very innocent. And then I actually made my first 10 grand in my first month. I was like, wow, I love sales. I want to do sales. And I did that for 2 years. And towards the last year, I made about 180 grand. And it was great, but I didn't feel like I was offering something to the clients that I really believe in. So I met my, better half, Amanda, there. And we decided to move from Virginia to Las Vegas, with no family and no friends. And we got here. And I already had about 100,000 plus saved up. And I was looking for a job. I was looking for a real estate opportunity, commercial real estate opportunity that I can invest as. And it didn't work out because it was a big scam. So I lost over $100,000 in that deal. And I had nothing. And that's when I had literally $500 to my name. And my car's due, my house due, everything is due. I feel so much pressure coming down on me, and I couldn't tell Amanda. And I just went on back to Craigslist looking for another opportunity. And everything said for sales, under sales, there was like, oh, call center job, $10 an hour, $15 an hour. And once you make that, almost $200,000 income, your lifestyle has already changed. So
Right.
you can't just make, $10, $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And so I end up going to, I seen an ad that said, hey, if you are good at sales, you can make 15, 20 grand a month. So I decided that, okay, let me see what this is about. And when I called, it was Symmetry Financial Group. So that's how I initially started with this company. And I got my license in 2 weeks. And then I purchased $100 of leads when I had less than now $200. Right. And I put everything in it, and I thought it was going to go smoothly because, everything sounds good. But then I pick up the phone. I never made a call in my life to, make an appointment or do any sales. And the first one, I don't think I even was speaking English. You know, I was so nervous, right? I'm pretty sure I said it in Korean, right?
Yeah.
And then next one. By the 100th time, I was still terrible. 200, 300, 400, 500. By the time I was 500, I think I was okay. Now, by the 1000th time, that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. You know, I made 1,000 dials in like 3-4 days. So on the thousandth dial, or thousand, was it around 1000th or 1005th dial that I made, a client answers. And I said, hey, my name is Sean Kim and I'm the senior field underwriter. You requested about mortgage protection, so I'm just getting back to you. And his name is Anthony. And Anthony said, Sean, that was like 4 years ago that I filled out the form and sent it back to you. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's why I was giving you a call. Have you gotten a mortgage protection? And he said, nobody called him since 4 years ago. Not one person. So think about that. And I purchased this lead for only $1. Okay. And I end up going, I told him, hey, Anthony, I'm going to be in your area anyways. Let me show you some options to protect your family. So I didn't know a single product at the time. My mentor at the time just said, hey, just make some calls, set up an appointment, and then we'll figure. And I decided to go to the home, and my mentor, Kyle's wife, Lisa, sent me 3 options based on his age and health. And I presented it, and he goes like, okay, I'll take the number 1 option. And when he took the number 1 option, I never had this kind of an easy sale in my life. I said, are you sure you want this, Anthony? And he goes like, yeah, I want it. So I wrote it up, and 48 hours later, I get a direct deposit from Mutual of Omaha for $1,380. And
Yeah.
that changed my life forever because it was real.
Right. Well, I mean, we have different stories, but I love that it's kind of, you kind of just stumbled into this and it was kind of random.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of how I got started in this too. It was, I had an idea of the kind of career that I needed and the kind of
Mm-hmm.
income that I wanted to learn. And I was just open. And, you know, I think lucky for us, we stumbled into this in SFG. So that's really incredible. I actually didn't know your full story. So that's pretty cool. So just another thing, people who aren't, you know, used to the insurance industry, not familiar, what does an average day look like for you?
Now I have a pretty big team, and we have agents across 6 different states. Now, because I have a lot of agents, they need help too. So if they have a question about a client, or if they have a question about something to do with the business, then I need to be picking up the phone. So typically, I would say I would spend about 5 to 7 hours on clients and doing applications, and about 3-4 hours helping agents out. And then rest of the like hour or so is calling the insurance companies to make sure my application that I submitted for the clients are going through, and there's no requirements or anything like that that's going to hinder from getting, of course, the policy issued for the client, and also me getting paid.
Right. Yeah, there's kind of a lot of things to juggle, and I feel like each day is a little different. Something I
Mm-hmm.
really like about this industry too. And as your agency has grown and as your business grows, you know, your day to day is going to look different too. So that's kind of cool to look forward to as well. You know, if you stick with it and you're in it for the long haul, there's a lot of benefits and rewards for working hard. So, you know, you've been in this industry for 3 years now. You know, obviously you kind of stumbled into it, but you've stayed. So why insurance, and why do you like what you do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So um, I would say financial industry or insurance specifically are one of the longest history of form of business. And you can go all the way thousands of years back, and there was some kind of insurance. It's because we are transferring the risk for the people, and making a program that is more affordable to the client. So, you know, and God forbid something terrible happens, it's going to cover the family. And it's not going to go anywhere, whether the market is all-time high and it's doing phenomenally, or the market is doing very bad. Insurance is never going away. So that's one thing I loved about this industry. And number two, the freedom that I get from working this business is huge, because when I worked for the other job, other sales job, I was making good money, and I was 24 at the time. So making close to 200,000, it's a great money. But I was so enslaved to that business. I was going in at 7 a.m. and I was leaving at 9 p.m. And if they told me if I don't come in on Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving, I can get fired.
Oh man.
And yeah, it was, so they were controlling my life, and it was getting to a point where, wow, now it's time versus my money and freedom. How am I going to juggle this? And there was a big dilemma, and that's why it made me leave that business. But with this symmetry model here, you can really be your own boss, and you can be your own self-employed business owner where, okay, if I want to just work, like for example, I'll give you an example with like Ashley Tarr, who is one of my mentor. And she used to, when she was a top agent in the company, she'll only dial Saturday all day to set up for 20 appointments with clients for Monday and Tuesday, like 10 appointments each. And
Yeah.
she was making over 25 grand a month. So just think about that. Just working 3 days a week on doing the dial and seeing families, she was making 25 grand plus a month. That's incredible to me.
That's
And
life.
if you, exactly, absolutely. And Courtney, and I'm so glad that you and Damien was able to find this industry too, because there right now, how many people are out of jobs?
So many. It's sad. Lots of people.
Millions and millions of people
pulled out from under them.
And because I'm here in Las Vegas, I have clients who work, about 20% of my clients work in the hospitality nightlife business. And there are people that work for 15, 20 years that was told that, hey, because of the COVID, we're letting you go. And they'll give them like a 3-month severance package, and that's it. So what about the family? Now the family has to be, their house, their car, their, livelihood is all gone. And why do we have to all put, all that risk and everything on other person's hand when you can be your own boss and say, hey, if I wanted to take a 1-month vacation to Europe, then I can. I can work from Europe and I can run my business from Europe because we do it virtually now. So that's the freedom that I chose with this business here.
Absolutely. I mean, freedom is such a huge part of what this business offers. I mean, there's so many things, but I mean, I feel the same way. It's pretty incredible. Sometimes I have to like kind of pinch myself throughout the week. I'm like, man, I'm getting to do all these little things that I love to do, and it's Wednesday and I don't care. I'm not looking forward to, the day of the week doesn't matter to me anymore because I'm not working for Friday. So that's something that I've always wanted to accomplish, and that's been really important to me. And I mean, who knew? For me, who knew it was going to be life insurance? But it is, and it's awesome. So, yeah. Sean, I really appreciate you sitting here with us today. I'm just always lucky to talk to you and for you to kind of share your wisdom with us. And I really appreciate you kind of sharing your story. And, your story is motivational to others and ourselves and anyone who hears it. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Courtney. And I just wanted to say that you, Courtney, and Damien, you guys are a power couple. And I'm so glad that you guys are working this business together. And I hope to see you guys, grow your business so big that, you leave a legacy for your family.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm going to make him hop on one of these videos. Okay. Well, Sean, thank you so much. You have, like you always say, have a powerful week. I like that. Have a powerful week. Okay. Well, then I'll see you on Saturday. Virtually.
All right.
Okay. Bye, Sean.